Hey guys, it's your girl Carrie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I've got two gorgeous blue dips from Southern Posh's new Merry and Bright collection. So we're going to take these dips and turn them into a little winter themed mani. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then stick around, we're getting into it. Okay, so as I just mentioned, these are part of her Merry and Bright collection, which has over 20 dips. I lost count, but I'm saying if you're not into blue, there's literally something for everybody in that collection, and there's still plenty of time to order before the holidays. So in any case, if you are curious about the mani on my right hand, that is my Soul Dips mani from the 25 Days of Christmas collection with my reindeer nail art. So I'll have that link for you in the cards if you haven't seen it yet. But back to our Southern Posh colors, the two colors we're going to be using from the collection today are Winter Wishes and It's Cold Outside. So the plan is we're going to put Winter Wishes on the thumb and the ring, and then we're going to put It's Cold Outside on the pointer and the pinky, and then we're going to do a little bit of a color block with both of them on the middle finger, and that's what we'll do the majority of our nail art. I did want to point out here, I do have a clear dip already applied to my middle finger, and that is because I use peel base, so that's just to prevent the tape from pulling up my peel base with it. So since I'm going to be dipping It's Cold Outside first, I'm actually going to go ahead and apply the first layer of my washi tape to the color block finger, because that is going to be the first layer in that color block, so that way I can kind of knock it all out at the same time. So I was pretty much out of camera the entire time I was applying that tape, so just a heads up, just make sure that you press it down really well on the sides and kind of use your fingertip or a tool to get into those crevices, so that way you don't have any leakage before you go in with your first layer. No matter what kind of tape you're going to use for your color block, it's best to pull it off pretty much as soon as you're done with your top layer. For me, 2 layers was plenty to get opacity, and I don't want it too thick anyway, so I'm just going to pull it right off. And you can kind of see on the edge a little bit, there's a bit sticking up. That's okay, we're going to be able to fix that, and you can even try to push it down a little bit with your finger. But if you wait too long, it just gets harder to pull up the tape. Okay, so because we're going to be doing such a very thin line with our middle layer of the color block, just to make it easier on ourselves, I'm going to go ahead and activate this first layer. And I'm also going to show you too how to straighten up this line if yours isn't perfectly straight. All you're going to do is take a very thin metal file and just kind of sharpen it right there on that edge. And to me, this is the best tool to use for that because it is so small and thin. And guys, they're cheap. I just got this from my grocery store, so it's just the easiest tool that I have found to use to clean this up. So you just kind of run it along the side until it gets straightened out a little bit. And if you have a little bit sticking up, don't worry, because we're going to fix it all with clear on top, and then we're going to file it down, so everything will work out just fine in the end. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and finish up my solid nails with this Cold Outside. So I will leave some of this in, but most of it we will take out just because we need to get to the nail art, and I don't want to make this video 10 years long. So I did end up with 2 layers of the blue and 1 layer of clear on top, and I did go ahead and activate those. And now I'm going to go ahead and start on my glitter, and that way I don't have to worry about any of this glitter sticking to my already finished solid nails. Is that not the most mesmerizing glitter? It's just so pretty. It's silvery and blue and iridescent. It's just to die. All right, so we did 2 dips on each finger and a little bit of hand placing, and now we're just going to go into our clear dip, and then we'll move back to our color block nail. We're going back in with the second piece of washi tape, and now we're going to position this just slightly further down from that first line, and we'll use the first line to line it up. And this is probably the thinnest color block I've ever done. I usually make these bands a little thicker, but I found some inspo on this one on Instagram, and I just really liked the way it looked, so I kind of wanted to follow what I had seen there just as far as the inspo went. So okay, so as you can see, we followed the exact same process with this middle section. The only difference is that once we put the activator on, because we're using glitters here, we're going to go ahead and press these down just so that that connection between the first and second layer is pretty seamless. And then we'll move right on to the third. And for this one, you don't need to use the washi tape, but if you want to, you can. But you know, usually you can just use your brush to kind of edge up against it and you won't need the tape. Now I'm just taking my hand file and gently cleaning up my shape a little bit before I dip in clear. You don't have to do this, it's just kind of a habit I got into. Okay, so everything's all finished up now, so I'm just going to go ahead and file and buff off camera, and I'll be right back. Didn't these clean up just gorgeously? I can't tell whether I'm more excited about the blue or the glitter. They're both gorgeous. So, you know, at this point, if you wanted to, you could leave it the way it is. I think it would look pretty chic like this, but we're going to go ahead and play with some winter nail art and add a little to it. So since I'm finished with the glitter nails, I'm just going to go ahead and completely finish those. So I'm going to use my gel base and my gel top coat, and then we'll start on the art. Is that gorgeous or what? Okay, with the 3 remaining nails, we're just going to go ahead and put down a layer of gel base because we are going to be using gel paints for our artwork. So we need that foundation to put the art on top. Okay, so I just have my iGel Beauty line art gel here in white. If you don't want to use gel paint, you could use white gel polish. You could also skip the gel altogether and you could use acrylic paint. Certain types of markers will work. You could use a really pigmented quick drying nail polish. There's plenty of options here. But you guys know gel is just my preference, especially gel paint. So I'm not going to bother talking through this whole thing because that would get kind of boring listening to me this whole time. I think it's pretty self-explanatory what I'm doing. I'm just drawing on lines here and there and just in swirly patterns. So, and then I'll do the snowflake. But the only thing I don't show is that here and there I do flash cure, and by that I mean just cure it for a few seconds. Once I finish a little section, just so I don't get too far without the flash cure, just so it kind of holds everything in place so I don't have to worry about messing things up. All right, I'm gonna let you watch. So right here at the end, I don't know why I just decided to pick up 2 of the glitters and place them onto the snowflake just to kind of finish things off. In the inspo pic, she did use rhinestones and you could definitely use that. I just wasn't in the mood for them. So I just put a little bit of this gel paint down and then just plopped that little glitter right on it and then cured it, and it was enough because they were so flat. Okay, and that's us finished. So we're just gonna go ahead and fully cure this now based on the directions on your bottle. I always cure a little bit extra just because there's kind of a lot going on there. But at this point, everything should be fully cured, and then we're just gonna go ahead and top coat this with our gel top coat, and that's us finished. And here's the finished look. So we're just gonna go ahead and rehydrate those dry cuticles with some cuticle oil. So I've got my Candy Skincare here in Sweet Orange. And there you have it. So what do you guys think of this look? I think it is so fun with this cute little winter pattern, and I love the fact that it's really versatile because you don't have to worry about getting the lines exactly right because it's just whatever you think looks good artistically. And can I just say, these colors are just amazing and they work so well together. So that's going to complete this video, guys. So I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you did, it would help me out so much if you would go ahead and give me a thumbs up down below. And while you're there, if you have not already subscribed, I hope you will consider subscribing before you go. And don't forget that notification bell. So I appreciate you guys being here. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.